Today we're going to be rebuilding the exhaust on the Panamera. Alright guys, so last time we 3D scanned the car, you can see I still have the markers on here just in case I need to rescan any parts of the car. So I scanned everything so that now I can get to work on the design of the wide body. And since that's going to take some time, I thought this was a great opportunity to switch up the exhaust. So I've had this idea actually almost ever since I built this exhaust, and you might be wondering, why am I changing this when I just built this? I probably drove the car like maybe 5 or 6 times with this setup. And it sounds amazing, but I never really liked the look of this. I kind of just did what was easiest at the time for this rear section. The hard part was the rest of the exhaust. I just basically came out straight from where I was there at those connection points. I didn't at the time have enough bends to really do what I wanted. And I thought this could look good, but really the problem is that with the air tank and everything under here, it made this angle way steeper than I really wanted it. I just wanted a slight angle and it would probably look a lot cleaner that way. But because this is such an angle and because it has to go under everything, I think it's a better idea to not run it right there. And also I'm thinking of the future when I build a diffuser back here, that's really gonna be kind of in the way. It does also hang a little low for just clearance. I don't think I've scraped it yet, but I know it can be a little close, and if I ever lower the car more, it could be an issue. Now that I've got it up in the air more, you can see a little bit better what I've got going on. So essentially I'm going to be running this more where the stock exhaust ran. So instead of coming underneath all this stuff here, I'm going to basically cut it out and then back here. So do the same on both sides, and that will enable this to not have to sit so low. You can see the low point is right here and here. So if I'm coming up through this cavity, it can be tucked up nicely all in this area. This is where the stock mufflers sit. But now I still don't want to just come out where the stock exhaust comes out. So I'm actually going to be then coming in and then still doing like a center exhaust, but keep it tighter. A little more similar to like a 911 GT3. So we'll have them a little bit tighter tips in here. And because I'm coming up and then across, I won't need to do the angle really at all. I can if I want a little bit of angle, but essentially the pipes can run straight horizontal on both sides and then come out in the center. And here you can see some of the materials I'm going to be using. And you can also get an idea of why I didn't have enough bends the first time. See how many bends this requires? So it's basically 8 more bends. And so essentially it will be 3-inch back here because the full exhaust is 3-inch. So I've got 3-inch bends, but then I am gonna step it up to 3.5, and then I've got 3.5-inch bends. So basically everything you'll see from the rear of the car will be 3.5-inch. And of course, I'll have some straight tubing between all of these to get it set up right. But I've got some new 3.5-inch tubing as well for this section. So that's what you will see in the back. You'll see the 3.5-inch bends on both sides, the horizontals, and then the tips in the middle. So that is the basic plan. First off, I'm gonna have to get these tips off the car, of course. And I do think I'm going to actually be moving this joint from where it is now. And these pipes started to come down a little bit. So I think I'm probably gonna cut them back a little bit more back here so that they don't come down quite as low. And then I may move this joint to be more in this area because it will really help me with the adjustability to get the tip sitting exactly right. All right guys, so I just got the exhaust all finished up. Give you a quick rundown of what I ended up doing. So first off, I took this first section of the exhaust off, basically the main section, and this is where it comes off of where the cats were. Those are now hollowed out, and I built all of this. We've got the flex pipes into the X pipe, and then we've got dual 3-inch the whole way back, so I didn't need to change any of that. And also I could keep these hanger locations exactly where they were. So I essentially ended up cutting both of these pipes back a little bit from where they were. So basically my slip joint used to be like right in this area on both of these. So I ended up cutting this pipe back here, the left one, and then this one right here. And the reason for that was to get the pipes up a little bit. And then from there I just built out very similarly to how the stock exhaust runs out to each side. Basically an elbow, a straight, an elbow, and then here is the new location of the slip joint. Same thing on this side. And so once I got it tacked to that point, I took it off and did all of the final welds, and that's because I didn't want to worry about anything shifting at all, because I know these tips were going to be pretty difficult to get right. So I did all the final welds on that first, and then basically did the final mounting, so I knew exactly where everything was gonna sit. And then from there I got to work on the tips. So first off, I thought I was going to basically just end it with the 2 elbows, but the problem with that is these pipes were basically too far out past the back of the car. Basically they sat like way out here, so I didn't really like the way that looked. And so essentially I just added a little bit more pipe on the end here, so it's just about 5 more inches there. So that way I could tuck both of these pipes really tight up to the rest of the car here, and that way they'll be much less pronounced. I thought it would be a little bit much to see all of that right at the back of the car. So this way they're a little bit more hidden. And I also thought down the line, if I wanted, I could paint this all black, so that way you really wouldn't notice the horizontal pipes and you just see the tips. But now that it is tucked back, I think I like the look of it overall. And so this did definitely take some tweaking to get right, but you can see I connected both sides with actually 3 rods, 2 in the back and then 1 here in the front. When I had 2 in the back, it was still a little bit wobbly, like you could move them in relation to each other a little bit. So I added 1 more just to make sure right at the end nothing else would move. And kind of the same thing here, I did all the final welds except for the tips on this to make sure it was all pretty much solid. And then the last thing I did was add the tips to make sure those didn't move at all. And so again, this goes from 3-inch, we've got 3-inch, that's where the slip joint is, and then we go 3 to 3.5, and then 3.5 bend, straight, bend, and then the same thing on the other side. So basically anything you would see from the back would be 3.5 inch. All right guys, so Alex is here to see version number 10 of the exhaust on the Porsche.
That's what it feels like.
All right.
Oh my god.
Let's take a look, see what he thinks.
Dang. Okay, that's the best one so far. Wow, that came out good. That's pretty dang good.
Yeah, I like it. It's definitely, I mean, I pretty much liked it right away, but it's grown on me more now. Yeah, so you kind of saw this, but basically goes from 3-inch to 3.5 on the side, and then it's 3.5 for basically everything you can see.
Dang. Okay, that's sweet.
Yeah, I wasn't sure I was gonna like the horizontals, but like I said, they already basically grew on me, like seeing the horizontals.
Like the...
Yeah, because like I was thinking you could always paint them black if I didn't want to really see them. That's why I pushed them back, because they were a little too pronounced when they were like, you know, they were like out here. But yeah, pushing them back and having that, whatever that is, like that little 5-inch section.
It's not, it's
nice.
like so subtle, and then these are like the things that are in your face. Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I think it helped the back end even more. It's getting there. So yeah, obviously now I've got a lot more room to play with for a diffuser underneath there.
Yeah.
So I could have a proper diffuser to go underneath everything.
Dang. All right, so are we driving it back to where we bought it?
North Carolina. Show them what we
To
did
get
so
their
far.
reaction.
I like the cold start. It's hard to even remember now, but it's definitely similar to how it sounded. It's probably pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds great.
It honestly felt more boomy.
You think?
Yeah.
The cold start? It does have more 3.5 inch, so it should be a little deeper, I think.
Yeah. Dang, that's so sick.
That's like not even 3,000 RPM. So.
Joey's getting in the car. That sounds way better.
You think? It's very refined. Very refined. It's so nice up high. Because it's not like obnoxiously loud, at least not in here. That high-pitched fireball is pretty cool. It's pretty sick.
It's pretty cool, dude.